Alright, we got another hiking video this week.
Yeah, but this time we're training.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah,
we're gonna test out all our camping gear. So we're gonna stay overnight here. This is Eagle Creek, which we've done a couple of times in the past. But we're gonna stay overnight near Punchbowl Falls and then keep going, maybe up to Punchbowl Falls. So this is a test run.
Yeah, and we're getting a super late start, so we're just gonna go up to Punchbowl, which is only like maybe two miles. And then we'll do more of the hiking tomorrow.
Two miles to Punchbowl, so I was right. 6 to Tunnel Falls, so we can't, due to our late start, we can't make it all the way to Tunnel Falls. But there's also just a heck of a lot better camp spots near Punchbowl. And we've debated, is this our 4th time doing it or our 3rd time?
Yeah.
I think it may be our 4th.
I think you're right.
So, like, we did it once on the recommendation of Betsy's stepsister-in-law.
Which was a great recommendation.
Yeah, it was a great recommendation. And then we did it once when you had gotten your hiking boots. Yeah. And then I remember there was another time, it was either the same time with your hiking boots or a 3rd time, when we had to park way far away.
Oh man.
And that was your slip. It added like 2 miles on, I think, on either end. And this is 12 miles round trip to Tunnel Falls and back, so.
It was a long day, and we had started at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, we really screwed that one up because, you know, this is a popular hike. You start at 1 o'clock, there's not going to be parking spots. I don't think we mentioned yet, this hike is so popular because you cross or encounter, how many waterfalls? Like
at least 7.
Oh, at least 7. That's actually more than I was going to say, so I'm glad I asked Betsy. But so the most spectacular, I would say, are Punchbowl, which is where we're going to camp, and Tunnel Falls, which, depending on how we feel after or tomorrow morning, we may make it to that too. Another thing I don't think we've mentioned yet is that this hike, like Dog Mountain, is in the Columbia River Gorge. And with scenery like this, it's pretty obvious. This is the Columbia River Gorge for you.
Just crazy.
Alright, we had a change of plans. We are going to keep going, actually. Punchbowl Falls is right here, but there weren't as many sites, or there weren't really any sites as we remembered, so I remember some further down, so we'll go to those. This is Punchbowl Falls, which you can see the punchbowl a little bit. And there's a drone up there.
Probably pretty cool footage.
Yeah, someone's getting great footage. One aspect of this trail that we've already talked about as a good trainer for Mauna Loa is just how rocky the trail is, which you can see here. It's not, Mauna Loa will be much rockier since it's just all volcanic rock, but this is a good little prepper for uneven ground with heavy backpacks. And how's it going so far, Betsy?
It's not so bad.
Nice.
It's hard.
But she's doing it. That's Captain Stone. As we're hiking here, I keep hearing a bird call that spirals up. So it's like doo 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 doo. And I know my dad, who is a birder, has told me what bird makes that call. But I can't for the life of me remember it at the moment. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ask my dad, you know, down the road, and when I'm editing this, insert the name right across the bottom. So, you're welcome. That bird I was talking about, there's several of them around here, if you can hear them. We found our camp. Yay!
I was a little bit worried.
Yeah, of course. And I could feel that energy. So if you read into any tension, that's where it came from. But
we found it.
Yeah, I think we did a pretty good job.
I think this is a good spot.
Yeah, oh yeah. Right next to the river. So we can get water tomorrow. Nice level area. Got a log even to sit on. I think this is it. Now that we've found our campsite, we go to the real test of this weekend, which is setting everything up and using our new equipment. So
I think it will go well.
We have Betsy's vote of confidence.
See.
Yeah. We'll set up a time lapse. You can be a judge for yourself. We did it.
We put the tent up.
Yeah.
Look at this thing. That's like a tent.
I'm missing one stake for the rain plant, but
I'm gonna keep playing. I think I could get a twig to work. As a side note, I just want to point out, even though this is my first time hiking or backpacking, I managed to pack super well, at least in my opinion. This has a pair of pants, a bra, a shirt, and socks, all in this little thing. I was very proud of myself, obviously.
I contend that it was, you know, Betsy packed a little too many clothes, but she packed them well, what she brought.
You know, if it fits, it fits. So we've changed into warm clothes and flip-flops. And now it's dinner time. Yep,
and part of what we're trying out today, it's not just the camping equipment, but also like what snacks we like to eat.
Yes.
So Betsy's gonna try these Jif to go peanut butters on tortillas. I'm gonna try this.
I want to try just a little bit of it too, I think.
Betsy's gonna try it. She's dissed me for this.
I've had the ham before. I remember like a long time ago and really being ambivalent about it.
Well, okay. But we also got jerky, turkey jerky, some nuts, and Nature Valley protein bars, and then as you might remember from Dog Mountain, the Snickers.
Yum! For Mauna Loa, we're trying to kind of keep the weight down, and because we're flying, we can't take gas with us on the plane, obviously, but we don't really know where we'd buy it in Hawaii, so we're trying to go with food that you don't have to cook. Yeah, we don't want to pack the stove, and the other thing is, like, I've had a few of those freeze-dried meals. I don't like them, like, just flat out, I don't like them. I've never had one that I like. So I think this will be our solution, but we gotta kind of narrow it down. And, you know, I forgot, Betsy's carrying dried fruit too, so we have dried fruit. Yeah, I have mangoes, and I've never had this before, but we have dried mandarin oranges, which are delicious. Okay, food review. Yeah, well, I thought the chicken paste was actually pretty good. Betsy said it was okay. The taste was fine. It tasted just fine. The consistency was not what you would expect. And that was not good. Yeah, I understand that, but having had it before, I knew what it looked like and what it was gonna taste like, so. You know, I was happy with it. I thought the dried fruit was really good. That was the winner, I'd say. It's really delicious. Yeah, besides the Snickers. The Snickers is always good. Mean, yeah. Let's be real. Yeah. Night's rising. Do you want the toilet paper?
All right.
We made it in the tent.
We're in the tent. And we're still trying out new equipment. Yep. We both got this new blow-up pillow, which actually sounds really cool. And it's very easy to inflate, so we've already done that. And then I'm in a new sleeping bag which fits my tall frame. But I think it's pretty cozy already. I haven't gone full mummy yet, but supposedly I am able to. And
pretty
then
cool.
Betsy has my old sleeping bag from when I was in middle school. So.
Old time.
Old time.
It's morning.
Yeah, it's been a while since I slept on the ground, so I feel like I noticed the difference. So, but it is what it is, really.
I'm glad we did this, because it did make me think like, well, maybe I'll put something else underneath my pillow so my neck's not all kind of weird.
Yeah, it wasn't the worst the worst sleep I've ever had outdoors.
Well, there you go.
So, as we were sitting here just getting ready for the day, we saw maybe not even with our heads, but just like 10 feet above, going straight down the river, a bald eagle. Betsy spotted it.
It was so cool.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
So we got the camera out. We're gonna try and, I mean, if they come back, it was just one, but if any come back, then we'll try and get it on camera for you. Time to take down the tent, which means another time lapse to see how well we do it. For the day, 7:36. That's exactly when we wanted to be going, and we only have 2 miles until Tunnel Falls, and then we're there, and then it's on the way back. Captain Stone shot. Ooh, that is the face of a wilderness explorer. Caw-caw, caw-caw. A little bit past where we stayed is another great spot for camping. If anybody is in search for a spot.
Yeah, it's probably close to like 4.5.
Yeah, because where we stayed was close to 4 because it was just after the low bridge, and then we've been hiking for a little bit to get to here.
And there's lots of spots.
Yeah. This is a pretty serious creek crossing. But I think Betsy I went over here, and there was actually some reaches, but I think Betsy picked the better way. You got it? Nice. Perfect. Good.
Yay! I made it!
Lead on, Captain Stone.
If anyone has seen Troop Beverly Hills, that was how I was feeling going across that lawn.
I don't know if we said this on camera yet, but Betsy and I were both talking today that this is really like an adventure trail, in addition to being, you know, a good camping and just a nice long scenic trail. And part of that is just the different terrain that you encounter, including this really rocky area, which I believe is pretty close to Tunnel Falls, so we're getting there. We're not quite at Tunnel Falls, but there's a pretty good falls right down there.
Oh wow, look at that.
Yeah. Betsy wasn't kidding yesterday when she said you come across 7 falls, so.
And they're not like little dinky falls. They're
no.
Like legit waterfalls.
Yeah. Waterfalls.
I don't know if we told you how you get through this waterfall, but there's an actual tunnel that goes right through.
Yeah, it's not called Tunnel Falls for nothing.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of obvious,
yeah.
But it is so cool.
Yeah, come along. We are underneath a waterfall!
Wow, look at this.
There you go. This is crazy. You can see where we came from, right underneath it.
we're going past to Twisted Falls. We're gonna test out our water filter, our final bit of new equipment that we gotta test.
And one of the things, you can do this as a day hike, definitely. And so halfway, like if you come up to Twisted Falls, there's a great little picnic spot.
Yeah, for sure. And as we come up to it, you can see why Twisted Falls got its name. This is our water filtration system without the filter on the top. But this is new to me. My dad had an old system where you just put one end and then you put the hose in the bottle and pumped it through. This one, you just fill up the sack, and this holds 3 liters, so that's quite a bit. And then they have this little nozzle that you screw on, and you just pour it in. Or you have to squeeze the pouch a little bit, but you squeeze it in, and we'll put chlorine tablets in, and we'll be good to go, hopefully. So this is our last bit of equipment to test out.
So we'll see how it goes. Yeah. And it's a little calmer here, so we can try and get some water. All right, we got some water.
Yeah, we got some water. One thing I learned is, you know, I was putting it in the calm water, and like no water was going in because there's no flow. So you got to go to a flow and fill it up that way. But let's test it out. I'll get out the nozzle now.
We'll see how it works.
Yeah.
Hey, that's not too bad.
There we go. We were sold on this. I had never used it before, but the guy said, you know, when they first came out with these, they were pretty slow. But he said now they've gotten to be about as fast as the pumps that I was used to. And I would say this is faster than the pump.
Yeah, and a lot less muscle needed.
Exactly.
And it's probably a little bit more cost effective.
Yeah, that's why we got it actually, because my dad's old pump was like 30 years old, and so we thought, well, we probably should replace the filter, and we should probably replace the hoses, or get something to clean the hoses. And first of all, it was so old that we were wondering if they even sold that filter anymore. And then the guy said, you know, for the price, you might want to get a new system. And this was a great system. Or at least so far.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
So to treat the water, what we'll do is we put 7 drops of this into this little cap here, and 7 drops of this, and then you have to wait 5 minutes for it to react, and then we pour it into the water, and it should only take about 30 minutes for the water to be like completely disinfected. I don't even know if that's the word, but from there, if it's warmer water, it'll go faster, but this water is very cold. So we're gonna take our time. Okay, so I'll put part A in. 7 drops.
7 drops.
And I guess it's supposed to turn yellow.
One thing we can talk about while we're waiting for the chemicals to react is we went for the chlorine version of the purification versus the iodine. And I'll present this as the REI employee presented it to us, which is to say that there's research on both sides. So, you know, make up your own mind for sure. But the person that we talked to made the point that there is some research that ties the iodine tablets to sterilization or birth defects in childbearing aged women. So that was enough for us to say, you know what, let's not risk it. We'll do the chlorine. We've also heard that the iodine has a little bit more of a metallic taste even after the purification. But there are ones that, you know, other tablets that you can put in to get rid of the taste, or you could add Gatorade powder if you wanted to add a little bit of a different taste to it. So that wasn't as much of a influence as the comment about childbearing women, which of course are child age bearing.
Which, you know, Andy qualifies.
Oh yeah, exactly. So we're progressive like that.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah. All right, we're off now. We had plenty of water, so we're not gonna drink the ones that we just filtered, but we will down the road and we'll give you a review of how it tastes.
Okay, so this is the log that we had to get through. I could go under and Andy passed my pack over, but Andy's gonna go over.
Thanks to whoever made these notches. Makes it a lot easier.
He makes it look a lot easier. I thought that was ridiculously hard. So
I mean, pretty soon I'm sure a trail maintenance person will come by and chop and I'll be gone. But it's
pretty good.
A nice adventure for now. Taste test. Tastes great.
Okay, yeah. And I've had, I've had a regular, like.
Right. From our faucet at home, from the creek.
This one actually tastes better.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're done.
Yeah.
We just finished.
It was great. Great hike. So it's such beautiful scenery and such beautiful Eagle Creek. I'm happy to have done it with Betsy.
I know, it was great. And seriously, I don't know if we could have lucked out more than stepping outside our tent and seeing a bald eagle just fly around.
Oh yeah. Thank you, Betsy, for spotting that, because that was awesome. Unparalleled.